Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. Welcome to the first video of Tuesday. I don't know how the day will go. Very busy yesterday for me, early, about 6 a.m. in the morning. I was passing Stonehenge and then was passing back through it later on that day. Lots of travelling for me for work. But let's get into the video. It's my top 5 tips of April. Yes, it sounded like I said T-I-T-S. No. Tips. There they are for you to enjoy. No, look, I am a bit delayed with this stuff. There's lots on personally for me. I am still getting stuff out there, but I'm trying my best. But yeah, May and June will probably be a bit better to get stuff out until I move house. Another story for another day. But yes, let's get right into it. So, tip number 1, side quest. Now, has Kabam shot themselves in the foot with the side quest this month? Yeah, there's a good chunk of yes pointing to that. I may do a video on that. Maybe it'd be a weekend topic video on that, like the side quest and kind of players' thoughts around it. Usually I'm like, it's not too bad, but I think it's definitely killed off a lot of vibe when it comes to the community. So the key thing, quite literally, with this is to, of course, use the right champions to counter the correct types of paths. Kabam should have, by the time you see this video, done the free cam, which they didn't before. They had it so that it was fixed and it wasn't particularly great. But what I have done is a spreadsheet, which I will put in the link in the description, which looks a little bit like this. It's got all the different quests. You just have to, scroll down. And then what I've done is I have done a special Knight's Vault unique breakdown of the kindred fight to help out. I might do this more often. I don't know. It's just a case of time, really, because I had to do this at the weekend. Make this, but I thought this was quite a good little guide. I hope you enjoy it and hope you check out the link in the description with how to do these particular fights. Also, I will be doing the updated one on Wednesday, so for the third one, if you're interested to check it out. But the parting bit of advice I would say with this one is just check out like certain things like, okay, the champion has evade. Does it have anything else? No. Do you have an evade counter? Yes, then that may work for that situation. If a champion looks like the nodes that they got miss, or they look like they've got something like I don't know, a buffet. Buffet's another one. If the champion has got buffet, then counter that with a heal block champion. If the champion's got something that is going to be, you can have advantage. Oh, they got breakthrough, armor rating. Oh, what about armor break champions? Medusa, for example, Terex could be good, quick kind of attachments of damage. But also look out for bosses, because even though on the first one, the side quest, the maze, what is it called? Is it called the one with man thing? You can at times get Mangog, but it's not ever kind of like seen. It's just kind of like it pops up all of a sudden. Tip number 2 is all about revive farming. Of course, very important at the moment if you're doing Act 8.4, any type of content for the remainder of April. You can get 15 of those lovely revives by doing the Apothecary. The Apothecary, of course, gives you a revive. Do make sure to do the lower power first. Do as well check in with the lower one to see if there's anything that's in there. There's not this time. I'm definitely not going to go for a reset. And by the way, there is at times, it's not every time. Somebody said to me, Rich, there's a better target to get the objectives for the side quest, because you go into this lower Apothecary quest and you're able to go against Sabretooth. Yes. But guess what? Not everybody gets it. It randomly pops up. So yes, there's always better options, but at times some of these particular champions in this particular Apothecary daily quest and whatnot are randomized. So you may get lucky, as I did right there, or you may get unlucky, which has been the case. Also, for those looking to minimize their spend on things like energy refills, which is something I'm doing at the moment, make sure to save up your energy refills from Summoner Advancement. You will have 2 more rotations this week and next week, I think it is. I think I did that right. Yes, this week and next week before the end of April. So then you'll go into maze ones in order to get some of the summoner, the 6 in total energy refills. Also, double that up with saving your 4-hour crystals, especially if you are reaching a point of having 10 overall. So I've got 29 of those 4-hour crystals, and it's highly likely I'll get 1, maybe 2 energy refills. So if you're doing content like myself, you're waiting for those energy refills to come in, you can then go in with quite a bit. You know, I've got 10 right there. I'm just topping up a few more revives before I do a bit more in Act 8.4. Same thing applies for you and any other content as well. Manage your inventory, manage your stash. Make sure, if you're obviously a non-spending player, that you've not overspent, and as well save back for content you want to achieve. So we briefly touched upon the side quest and objective farming. As I said, at times you will see some randomly pop up. I recommend more than anything a dual target. The reason I recommend dual targets is to save energy. One thing that I'm trying to do with my weekly recommendations of champions to go against, like for the first week, it was all about a dual 1-star Hulk, which was Moo 124, and this week it was, it'll be different tomorrow. Dual a 4-star Gladiator, which is just search Hub, HUB, and you're able to get that. The reason I recommend that is that it's just 3 days. Within 3 days, you're able to get it for free and just spend your dual targets, and that's a little bit more of an economical way to approach it. But I will include locations and options which, you could go Road to Labyrinth and do a 1.1, 2 energy Miss Marvel. There are other ones where you just spend 2 energy and you're there. Again, it's up to you, and we'll try and find as many options as possible for the situation. Next up is spring cleaning, or the Gwempool Bauble Blowout. Do bear in mind, and not to take anything out of context, this is still a question mark whether or not this event will return. I would have expected by now Kabam to drop something. You know what's going to happen is there's probably going to be, whilst this video has been put out, that something appears or may appear, or it may not appear. That's something we've got to understand. Is Kabam actually going to bring back this event? As the time goes at the moment, and whilst I'm recording this video, there is 22 days still left before this event expires. Now, I'm not saying that Kabam are going to bring in 22 days back a new event, which, funny enough, will bounce on, I think it's the 7th of May, a event like this. It is doubtful that Kabam would do that. So would they bring back something like this? Look, I want to hope that they do, because there was some good stuff for free to play. In the spring cleaning event of, I think it was 2022, we did have a really good for free to play event. The same way that we had last year a fantastic for free to play Gwempool's Bauble Blowout, which, of course, for a lot of players, it was really good. It could be a great opportunity for those that are spenders, that are Paragon and looking for an extra option to kind of like, get some more get a rank 3, 7-star without having to do this or that type of content. It may help out, or may help towards those getting it down the line of July 4th deals, or even kind of doing a run in Act 8.4, providing they're ready. But there's some great stuff for free for players. This may return, or it may not return. There may be a new type of event replacing the Gwempool Bauble Blowout and the spring cleaning. We still have to see if that's the case. Kabam run it on a regular basis. It would not be in Kabam's interest to stop running it, because it makes money. And guess what? It's important Kabam make money. I don't know. Have you been playing the game for the last 10 years? You don't know about the spring cleaning event? They're likely to run it. They're going to run... It's like, they're going to run banquet event each year. Yeah, of course they're going to run it. No. I think something will come back. Will it be this, in this format? Maybe not. Should we have seen something by now in any kind of files, or something randomly in the resource area, similar to last year? Highly likely again. So there may be... I might be wrong. They might not bring it back. We will have to see. Or maybe some sort of like different event that I bring back. Do you think it's going to come back? Put it in the comments. The reason I thought I'd mention it is like if they do, it can be really important to look at your roster, what you could get for free. There will be a choice, and of course you'll have to spend stuff carefully. So it might be like, okay, well, look at your 7 stars. Do all the events. Grab all resources from side quests, from event quests, whatever, and look at what you've got left over and go, okay, well, what would be advantageous to keep for a length of time? Do I need, I don't know, 5,000 more 7-star shards? Is that going to be something? Just make those thoughts and decisions now and prepare for something that could be good, could not be there, but if it is, it could make a difference. And finally, we are 81 days. We are 11 weeks and 4 days away from, you guessed it, July 4th deals. I thought this would be important to mention because we want to count down this time. We want to see how many extra units you can get before that particular time frame. Of course, spenders will make that kind of like plan right now to go, do I plan to spend a little bit, a lot of what I can get to improve the roster? Maybe grab more rank 3 7-stars, tier 4 alphas if you're looking for any resource that's going to look to take you a bit higher in the game in progression. So what's the stats on how many units you can get from this? Well, I've done a quick calculation on this one. So if you're able to grab from your calendar at this moment in time 3 months worth plus a, well, I don't know, the 30 and 40 there, let's say that's 300 units from the calendar. You can get from doing this month's next month and the months after event quest, you can get 1,800 units. And as well, if you're willing to do the 22-hour solo event, which you can do, I think it's like 86 or something. It's something a bit more because, as you know, in 81 days, you get 81 times 24 divided by 22 because it's a 22-hour event. Oh, God, I'm going to miss out on event quest completion. That's sad, but I have been traveling for the good chunk of the day. 6 hours worth of travel has not been too great. But, yeah, with that, it all adds up. And if you're even interested in doing, you can check out the link in the description or information in the description. So you take all that together, 4,300 units total, able to do I don't know, 600 units per week for 11 weeks, 6,600. Hey, do you know what that does? That puts you over the 10,000 mark. So if you want to get 10,000 units just by doing a little bit of event questing, a little bit of calendar, obviously collection, solo events, and as well do 600 units per week in arena, which is possible to do. It's kind of like a lowercase situation, but you're able to do a lot more. Then you could pick up 10k units, which might get you something in July 4th deals if you're interested. And by the way, the sums take you to July 5th. I do believe that on June 28th, we're going to see the deals drop. So that's my pick for that. Anyway, that has been the video. I thank you very much for watching. Check out some other content located on screen. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.